If you've ever wanted to buy real estate without using your own money, subject to deals are one of the most powerful tools you'll ever learn about. And today, I'm going to break down exactly how they work, when they make sense, and one advanced strategy that most investors completely overlook. So stick around. By the end, you'll understand something that Wall Street doesn't want you to know. Here's the basic idea. A subject to deal is when you take ownership of a property subject to the existing financing. That means you buy the house, you get the title, you get the keys, but you don't pay off the existing loan. You just start making the payments yourself. The seller carries on just like nothing happened, except they no longer own the property. Let me give you a real example. Say someone has a house worth $300,000. They have a mortgage with $180,000 left on it. You negotiate a purchase price of $250,000. You don't bring a loan. You don't go to a bank. You just take over their existing payments and pay them the $70,000 difference at closing. The original lender still has their loan. The payment stays exactly the same. Nothing changes on their end, but now you're the owner. That's a subject to deal. Now, I know what you're thinking. Doesn't the bank have something to say about this? And the answer is yes, they do. Almost every standard mortgage contains a clause called the due on sale clause. It basically says if you transfer the property without paying off the loan, the bank can call the entire balance due immediately. This is the big risk that scares most people away from subject to deals. But here's what most people don't know. In 1982, Congress passed the Garn-St Germain Act. This law actually protects certain types of subject to transfers from triggering the due on sale clause. Specifically, if the property is a 1 to 4 unit dwelling and the buyer occupies one of the units as their primary residence, the lender cannot enforce the clause. That's federal law. It overrides what your mortgage contract says. Let me give you another layer of protection. Banks don't want their money back. They want those monthly payments flowing in like clockwork. As long as those payments keep showing up, most lenders will never bother to look at what's happening with the title. They have thousands of loans to manage. They don't have time to run title searches on every single property. In the 30 years I've been in real estate, I've done hundreds of subject to deals. Not one of them has ever triggered a due on sale enforcement. So why would you even do a subject to deal? Why not just get a traditional loan? Because this method lets you buy properties with virtually no money down, no bank approval, and no credit checks. You can close in days instead of weeks. You can negotiate directly with motivated sellers. And you can build a portfolio without constantly begging lenders for permission. But that's just the foundation. Let me show you something even more powerful. There's a strategy called the wraparound mortgage. This is where subject to deals become truly extraordinary. Here's how it works. Instead of just taking over the existing loan, you leave it in place and wrap it with new financing. The buyer makes payments to you. You make payments to the original lender, and you pocket the difference. Let's run the numbers. Say you find a property worth $250,000. The seller has a loan with a balance of $150,000 at 6% interest. Their payment is about $999 per month. You agree to buy it for $250,000. You offer the seller $15,000 cash at closing. The buyer gets a new loan from you for the full $250,000 at 8% interest. Their payment to you is $1,836 per month. You send $999 to the original lender. You keep $837 every single month, forever. That's positive cash flow without owning a single dollar of the underlying debt. If you're finding this helpful so far, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I put out videos like this every single week. And the strategy I'm about to share next is one that most real estate coaches never even teach. Okay, here's the one I've been saving, the sandwich generation play. This is when you put yourself in the middle of two subject to transactions simultaneously. You find a seller who wants out of their property. You take it subject to their existing loan. Then you find a buyer, sell them the property subject to that same loan, but you wrap it with your own terms. You never actually carry any debt on your books. You're just collecting the spread between what your buyer pays you and what the original lender receives. My friend Marcus in Phoenix did this 3 times in 1 year. Each property was worth around $200,000. Each had roughly $130,000 in existing financing. He walked away with $15,000 to $20,000 per deal in upfront cash, plus $300 to $400 per month in positive cash flow. In 12 months, he generated over $60,000 in passive income without ever getting a bank loan. That one shift alone could change your entire real estate strategy. Think about what you could do with an extra $300 to $500 every month, with zero risk to your personal credit, zero money out of your pocket. So here's what we've covered. Subject to deals let you take ownership of property without paying off the existing financing. They work because of federal protections in the Garn-St, Germain Act, and because lenders rarely monitor what's happening on the back end. Wraparound mortgages let you leverage that position into positive cash flow. and the sandwich generation strategy lets you build income streams without ever carrying the debt yourself. If you got value from this, share it with someone who's trying to break into real estate investing. Hit the like button if you want more videos like this and subscribe. I've got something even better coming next week. Until then, start looking for motivated sellers. They're everywhere. And now you know exactly what to say when you find them.